Here's the main introduction for the hidden life of trees. When I began my professional career as a forester, I knew about as much about the hidden life of trees as a butcher knows about the emotional life of animals. The modern forestry industry produces lumber. That is to say, it fells trees and then plants new seedlings. If you read the professional literature, you quickly get the impression that the well-being of the forest is only of interest insofar as it is necessary for optimizing the lumber industry. That is enough for what foresters do day to day, and eventually it distorts the way they look at trees. Because it was my job to look at hundreds of trees every day, spruce, beeches, oaks and pines, to assess their suitability for the lumber mill and their market value. My appreciation of trees was also restricted to this narrow point of view. About 20 years ago, I began to organise survival training and log cabin tours for tourists. Then I added a place in the forest where people can be buried as an alternative to traditional graveyards and an ancient forest preserve. In conversations with many visitors who came, my view of the forest changed once again. Visitors were enchanted by the crooked gnarled trees I would previously have dismissed because of their low commercial value. Walking with my visitors, I learned to pay attention to more than just the quality of the tree trunks. I began to notice the bizarre root shapes, peculiar growth patterns, and mossy cushions of bark. My love of nature, something I've had since I was 6 years old, was reignited. Suddenly I was aware of countless wonders I could hardly explain even to myself. At the same time, Aachen University began conducting regular scientific research programs in forest I managed. During the course of this research, many questions were answered, but many more emerged. Life as a forester became exciting once again. Every day in the forest was a day of discovery. This led me to unusual ways of managing the forest. When you know that trees experience pain and have memories, and that trees' parents live together with their children, then you can no longer chop them down and disturb their lives with large machines. Machines have been banned from the forest for a couple of decades now, and if a few individual trees need to be harvested from time to time, the work is done with care by foresters using horses instead. A healthier, perhaps you could even say happier forest is considerably more productive, and that means it is also profitable. This argument convinced my employer, the community of Hummel, and now this tiny village in the Eifel Mountains, will not consider any other way of managing their forests. The trees are breathing, a collective sigh of relief, and revealing even more of their secrets, especially those stands growing in the newly established preserves, where they are left completely undisturbed. I will never stop learning from them, but even what I have learned so far under their leafy canopy exceeds anything I could ever have dreamed of. I invite you to share with me the joys trees can bring us. And who knows, perhaps on your next walk in the forest you will discover for yourself wonders great and small. That's the end of the introduction.